We're not really sure what Old Green Eyes is. Somewhere between phantom and cryptid, sightings have been made of this peculiar and malevolent creature even before the Battle of Chickamauga took place. But he certainly rose to prominence when soldiers returned from the battlefield describing the spirit or creature as follows. A tall figure or creature with straggly hair, sometimes human-esque, but certainly not human. Some have even gone as far as to describe him as half man, half beast. Sometimes he has been described as being nothing more than a floating disembodied head. But no matter who has seen him when, there is always one detail that stands out. The creature's malevolent and terrifying green eyes that glow sharply with a phosphorescent green light. Located on the Tennessee-Georgia line just south of Chattanooga, the Cherokee indigenous peoples named the Chickamauga region, which, as I understand it, means the River of Death. To be sure, the area was most notable as an old indigenous burial ground, but the name was eerily prophetic when in September of 1863, Union and Confederate forces clashed with enough losses sustained on both sides to amount to the loss of over 35,000 lives. While Old Green Eyes has been spoken of in Cherokee legend predating the Battle of Chickamauga, it was sightings of this malevolent being, somewhere between a phantom and a cryptid, during the fighting among the mounting corpses of the Battle of Chickamauga that cemented its place among legend. So what is he? That's a good question, and one that I unfortunately can only present a theory rather than any significant answer. Due to the many varying descriptions with only the one major detail outstanding, and the fact that several people have unequivocally stated that he was a strange sort of spirit or ghost, I would posit that Old Green Eyes may be some sort of ancient earth spirit or elemental. Perhaps protective of the grounds due to its status as burial mounds for the indigenous peoples who lived here long before the white man and colonizers came. One thing is for certain, my little strangelings. Given the description of Old Green Eyes, I would rather not meet him alone like Denise Smith did in 1980. She said she had been working at late-night shift at a local fast food place in nearby Fort Oglethorpe, and decided to take a shortcut through the National Battlefield Park of Chickamauga to go home. She was driving slowly as it was late, and there was dense fog in the area from the river valley, when she is quoted as saying, "I saw something big in the road at eye level, and all I could see was these big green eyes. It was so foggy, I couldn't see a body. I got closer, and it just disappeared." Denise Smith is not the only modern-day individual who has seen Old Green Eyes. A Civil War reenactor who went unnamed claimed to have seen Old Green Eyes himself one night, after the reenactment was done for the day and he was headed back to his car. He said that he heard groaning or moaning coming from the nearby tree line or woods near his parked vehicle as he unlocked it to get in. He stated he immediately felt a heavy sense of foreboding as the sight of Old Green Eyes appeared in the twilight nearby him. He said, and I quote, "This floating head with glowing green eyes burst out from the trees. This thing wasn't scary, it was terrifying. I just yelled and ran like hell." Frustratingly, I recall one other tale of Old Green Eyes, an account from one of the soldiers on the battlefield itself, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I read it, my little strangelings. Whether it was on a plaque at the battlefield itself, or within the pages of a book that I errantly picked up but decided not to buy. Whatever the case, this is what I remember. The soldier was on the battlefield, the air choked with gun smoke, cannon fire, and the ground thick with bodies. He said he lay among them. Whether he had been wounded or not I can't recall, but the account said that he looked up and Old Green Eyes stood before him, wading through the thick of the piled bodies around him and staring directly into the young soldier's eyes as though he knew he were alive and not dead. The soldier said that he was utterly terrified at the sight of the ghastly and ghostly creature, and that after a moment Old Green Eyes moved on, leaving him among the dead, confused and even more frightened than he'd been from just the fighting alone. Old Green Eyes isn't the only ghostly figure of the Chickamauga battlefield, my little strangelings, but don't worry. I have plenty of pictures and video footage to discuss the other prominent spirit associated with the National Battlefield Park. Until next time, happy hauntings.